Hi everyone, welcome back. Today I would like to go through what is commonly taught in terms of overall learning in school, right through GCSEs to A levels and all the way to university or college. Basically, the thing is that when you learn when you're young, before you start your GCSEs, before your teens, is that you're learning lower order. That means that you basically just look at information in terms of its meaning and how you can use that, how you can apply that in different situations, like answering questions, using that information you learn in real life, solving problems, equations, and so on, after you understand the meaning of those ideas or concepts. So this is the lower level of what we know as Bloom's taxonomy, which is basically a triangle which shows a hierarchy of learning in terms of the lowest level all the way to the highest. So if I just show you as a diagram on my board here, what I mean by that is that when you start off in your early days at school, you're basically at the bottom, and that's where you're trying to remember stuff. That's called remember. And here you're just trying to memorize things, remember facts, figures, and so on, like learn words and remember them, like apple, banana, that kind of thing. The next highest level is then you understand what those words mean. So what is an apple? Basically, it's a fruit. And what's a banana? It's also a fruit, and so on. Then you try to apply what you learn in real life. So what is the use of an apple? It's food, basically, for animals. And the same thing goes with the banana. So there you're using what you've learned and you're seeing how you can apply it in everyday life or to solve problems. Like, for example, how do you divide 6 sweets between 3 children? So the answer would be 6 divided by 3, which is you give them 2 sweets each. That would be an example of applying. So applying knowledge, understanding it, and remembering it all falls into the category of lower order learning. And this is how, unfortunately, we learn throughout our years at school and even into university and even into our adult life later on, when in fact we should be aiming for the higher levels or the higher order learning levels to become more successful at actually learning and remembering what we learn later on when things get more complicated. That's why I'm going to now, in the next lecture after this, go into higher order learning and how to switch your habit of lower order learning into higher order learning, so you become more successful at understanding and actually remembering what you learn as you get older. That means going from your GCSEs to your A levels and then finally into university.